Hi, I am recording this in Allie's apartment where I'm currently by myself waiting for her to get back from work. And I figured I should probably update my blog, but I'm really lazy and I don't feel like writing anything. So this will be my first video blog post. So basically, I guess I'll just tell you about my day because I thought it was a pretty productive day. I was pretty proud of myself. Today's the day after Christmas. And Allie had to work, and I spent the night at her house, and so I kind of had to spend the whole day by myself, which at first I thought would be not really problematic, but I thought that I might have a hard time kind of figuring out what to do, especially since half the city is frozen. But I'm pretty proud of myself. I was pretty productive. So this morning I woke up with Allie at 6 in the morning, and then okay, there we go. The screen was going black. And then I decided I wanted to go work out. But it's too cold to run outside. So I went to the local YMCA since I'm a member at the Houston YMCA. And I got to use a guest pass because apparently, according to the lovely lady at the front desk, you're always welcome at the YMCA. So I really think that my $22 membership it's pretty nice. So I went to this YMCA and I ran, and there were a bunch of old people there, and I got free lotion samples, which was pretty rockin'. Then I got ready, took a shower, got dressed, and then what did I do next? Oh, and then I went to Half Price Books. It's like the biggest Half Price Books in Dallas, and I went there. It was like 9:30 in the morning, and so I decided to read or try to finish reading The Hobbit. And I read 20 pages in an hour, which is really slow, I know, but I kept on getting distracted because they were playing jazz music in the background, and if you know anything about me, I hate jazz music, so it's really hard to get into The Hobbit with jazz in the background. Like, I think if they had something more epic, it might be really cool, but it was like smooth jazz, so it's really hard. And the entire time I was reading, this guy sitting at a table next to me kept on staring at me. And I smiled at him a couple times because he had some babies with him. And so I was like, oh, cute babies. But he kept on staring at me. And I didn't understand why. And then finally, I couldn't read anymore. And so I put my book down and was kind of staring at it. And the guy next to me was like, is that your first time reading The Hobbit? And I was like, oh, okay, that makes so much more sense why he was staring at me. So we had this back and forth conversation about how, yes, it's the first time I'm reading The Hobbit. No, I've never read Tolkien before. Yes, I think it's entertaining. I'm interested to see the movie, blah, blah, blah. And then I wanted to get the subject off that because there's only so many times I can say, yeah, it's a good book. Because he wasn't really helpful with the conversation. So I asked him about his kids, who were twins, which was really cool, because that enabled me to just instantly go into a twin conversation, which is a really good way to sidetrack awkward conversations. So we went on this huge 10-minute conversation about twins, and I'm a twin, and being a twin is fun, and I don't know if I'm identical or not. And he said his twins were fraternal, and he said the twins' names, but I could only hear one of them, and it was Leonard. That's the kid's name. And he said the other one's name, but I couldn't understand them, so I asked him to say it again. And he said Leonard and blah, 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 and I couldn't understand. So I didn't know what the other one's name was, which probably would have helped because when I finally was, I tried to get up and say I had to go so he'd stop talking to me, and I said something like, "Oh, such cute little boys," and he was like, "Oh, that one's a girl," and I was like, "Oh." So that second name probably would have been really helpful had I known that. And I mean, to be fair, they're twins, so they look alike, and they were 1 year old, so they both had the same length of hair and baby features that are androgynous. I still felt really bad. But, and then he was like, are you a college student? Blah, blah, blah. And so anyways, I found out that he is the husband of an SMU professor that was in the Hilltop Scholar program that I totally knew. So that was kind of cool. Then I slowly tried, I made up something like, I have to go make my rounds, which makes no sense because I don't know what rounds I was making. So then I skedaddled off to, I was going to the fiction section just to roam, but instead I went to the CD section, which is awesome because I found the clearance section where they have CDs from the 90s for $1. So I bought myself a CD by the Cranberries, which I thought was pretty hipster of me. I listened to that in the car all day. Kind of put me in a strange mood. I bought Allie a $1 copy of The Last of the Mohicans score, which I thought was pretty cool. And then I bought myself some Johnny Cash hymnals and spiritual songs, which I thought was kind of... Yeah, I haven't listened to that yet. I'll listen to it on the way back to Houston. Okay, but then I started talking to the guy at the cash register about Daniel Day-Lewis, and we went back and forth about how I think he's awesome, but I haven't seen Lincoln yet. And the guy told me to see Lincoln because it's not what people expect, and I was like, oh, okay, I should probably do that. He was like, here's a 20% discount. I was like, sweet. So I saved $2. Met some people, so that was cool. And then after that, because the reason why I was like walking around Half Price Books is I was waiting till lunchtime to meet Allie at a taco place for lunch. And then, so we went to this taco place that I can never remember the name. Oh, Velvet Taco, which sounds gross to me. But I had a falafel taco, which was pretty cool, except it was in a lettuce wrap. So I guess it wasn't a taco. Anyways, it was really good. I had that thing and something else, but we were still hungry afterwards, but we didn't want to pay like $4 for another taco, so we decided to get frozen yogurt instead. So we went and got frozen yogurt, which I guess is crazy since it's like 20 degrees outside. But that was really good. So we got frozen yogurt, and then Allie had to go back to work, and I was like, okay, I'm going to drive to the mall. So I drove to the mall, and it took me 10 minutes to find parking, and then I stole a parking spot from this one poor guy that I kind of felt bad for. But I was like, every man for himself. So I took his parking spot. Then I got into the mall and like made a lap and a half, and then I went into Forever 21 and made myself buy something, which I was pretty proud of myself. I like stood in that store for like 30 minutes looking in my hands at what I had purchased, like what I wanted to buy, and I was like, I don't want to buy this. But I was like, Haley, you need to buy something. You haven't bought something for yourself that's not from a thrift store in 8 months. So I did. It was pretty cool. And so then I walked upstairs to Sonic to get myself a soda. And I like was waiting in this line for 10 minutes, and then like I moved 2 people forward, and I got a phone call from my little brother. Oh, a text. He said, Haley, answer your phone. I need your help. And I was like, oh gosh, is he arrested again? Oops. I probably should have said that. Anyways, so, yes, so I called him, and his car broke down on the side of the road with his 3 friends, and he wanted to know if I could pick him up. I was like, sure, do you want me to take you home? And he's like, well, we kind of wanted to go shopping. I was like, okay. So I picked them up, and where they were at a Holiday Inn lobby, and so I picked them up. I took them to Mockingbird Station to go to this skateboard shop thing that they wanted to go to, and I didn't want to hang out with them, and I wasn't sure if they wanted to hang out with me. So I dropped them off. We parked, they walked that way, and then I decided to walk across the street to go get a soda, because I still wanted a soda, because I never got one, because I left the line to go pick up my brother. So I walked to Burger King across the way in the cold, and Burger King wants to charge you $2.49 for a large soda, which is ridiculous, because McDonald's will give you one of any size for $1. And that is why Burger King is going to go bankrupt. That's stupid. So I walked up there, went up to the counter, and then I was like, this ridiculous pricing. So actually, like the guy who was like, can I help you? I was like, never mind. And I walked out, which was probably really confusing for him. And then I walked across the street to Taco Bell, where I got a soda. But they are Pepsi supporters, so there was no Diet Coke, which was kind of frustrating. So I got a Diet Dr. Pepper. And then I drank my soda there, and there was a homeless person next to me eating a taco, which I thought was pretty cool, Taco Bell, for like being the sole supporter of homeless people. So cool, Taco Bell. So I drank like one soda full there, and then I got another refill because it was like $1.40 or $1.50, and I was like, I'm gonna get at least 2 sodas worth of this because this is ridiculous. Where is a McDonald's? Stupid people. Soda's not that expensive, people. It's like not. Anyways, then I walked over to Whole Earth Provision because I was gonna maybe buy myself some Toms because I've been waiting for years to get myself a new pair. And since I've already been forcing myself to pay for stuff today, I was like, well, let's do it now. And I was like staring at the Tom shoes, like weighing in my mind if I wanted to buy them. And then I got a phone call from my little brother telling me that he was ready to go. And so I left and walked all the way back to them and picked them up. And they were like, no. He was like, now what are we gonna do? And I basically was code word for, will you take me home now? And I was like, no, I have to go grocery shopping. You're coming with me. So I took him and his 3 friends, they were all in high school, to the grocery store with me. And, like, I just, like, ran around the grocery store, and they kind of, like, stood in the same spot. And, like, kind of followed me around. And then I was like, genius idea. There's no way I'm driving them back to McKinney. I'm going to make them take the DART train back up. And so I was like, okay, guys, this is the plan. And they were like, what? And I'm sure that they thought that meant I was going to drop them off at their house. And I was like, you guys are taking the DART bus today. And they were like, what? Are we going to get jumped? I was like, who are you people? Have you never ridden the DART train? And they're like, no, that thing's super sketchy. I'm like, this is ridiculous. You're riding the train. And so, like, I had to drive them to the train stop, like, walk them up to the little touchpad, and, like, buy them tickets, and then, like, show them, like, what color to do, like, which train to go, and, like, where it will take them. And it was, like, beyond them. They're, like, 17 years old. It's like, this is ridiculous. And I was like, bye, guys. Have fun on the train. And then I left. I was like, this is stupid. Then I took my groceries, or Allie's groceries, because I went grocery shopping for her, which is awesome. And then I came back to Allie's apartment, or house, and that's where I am right now. And I was going to take a nap, but it was really cold. And I can't take a nap when my feet are cold. So I decided to make this instead. So I don't know if this was at all interesting, or if I should do this more often. But it's like almost 12 minutes long, so I'm going to stop it right now. Cool. I hope y'all enjoyed my first video blog. Awesome. Bye.